Hi everyone, it's me, Crystalline, your proactive conscious aging life coach. How are you guys doing today? I'm joyful in the Lord and in the power of His might. So glad to see you back at my channel. Today I have a great video for you, and you know, every time I finish making a castor oil video, I say it's going to be the last one. But you know, as I keep using it, I just discover more and more uses for it. So I said, well, I'm going to have to record the video and let you guys know all about it. Before I get started though, as usual, I want to thank my returning viewers and subscribers. And if you're new to my channel, please like this video with a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get my videos just as soon as I upload them. Also, I love everyone to have a conversation about this video, so please put a lot of comments down in the comments section. Let me know what you think about what I'm saying, and if you have something to add, please add it. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first thing that I want to do today is I want to introduce a couple of new things, and because I said that was going to be a new feature on my channel. Whenever I got some new beauty products, I was going to share them with you, and I haven't done it for the last couple of videos because I didn't have anything new. But you know, for those of you who miss my skincare videos, I will be doing one very, very soon, because it is time for us to transition from fall winter skincare to spring summer skincare. So with that in mind, let me show you a couple of new things that I got. Now, you know, I love Riversol products, and I'm always trying to get you to see up close, and that does not work. But anyway, this just came in the mail. I ordered these, and I love this Riversol exfoliating glycolic peel. Now, they call it a peel, but it really doesn't like cause your skin to peel off. It's only 4% glycolic acid, but it works. I love this on my skin. I use it and my skin is so soft, and it exfoliates without cleansing grains. I found that as I was getting older, I couldn't use actual physical cleansing grains because they were scratching my skin. I don't know if that happens for you if you're over 50, but as I got over 50, I could not use cleansing grains anymore. They were just too harsh for my skin. So I found this one, and this is again the Riversol glycolic peel. I just love it. I really do. I can't recommend it more highly, and especially since I don't sell the product or get anything from it. Now, sometimes I might have a code in the description box, and if you do purchase something from Riversol, I'll get some points toward my next purchase, but that's about it. I just really love these products, and so that's why I show them to you when I get them. Now, this one right here, I actually got this one free with my Riversol points that I had, and this is the Revive and Renew 2-step treatment pack. And so what we have in here are two things that I really love, and those are the exfoliating glycolic peel, and it comes with this mask. It's called the Redness Calming Mask. Now, they used to have a different mask with this, but they discontinued it, and now they have the Redness Calming Mask. Another mask that I use after this product a lot of times is the Mario Badescu Azulene Mask. It's basically for sensitive skin, and it calms down any kind of redness or irritation that you may get from this glycolic acid peel. But I can tell you, I've never ever gotten any irritation from this peel. So this pack is basically a smaller pack of this, and that's how much I love it, because I'm going to be using this for a long time, and so I have to stock up. So those are two new things that I got, and all of this, you won't believe it, all of this together cost me $13.01. $13.01. This one was on sale, and this one I got for free with my Riversall points that I had accumulated. So, your baby boomer beauty on a budget is, thrilled and excited over that. So I will be showing you how I use these products in upcoming videos. So stay tuned for that. Right now, we're going to talk about, I started to say cardiovascular for some reason. We're going to talk about weight loss. And does castor oil help you with your weight loss? So, without making a long story too long, I do have to give you a little backstory. So back in September of 2023, I found myself weighing about 173 pounds, which was totally unacceptable. Okay, I'm 5'9", so I can hold a lot of weight without looking rotund. I'll put it that way. However, I know when I'm getting too big because I can feel it. It's uncomfortable. I sit in my car and, the fat is pushing up on my underwire bra. You understand what I'm saying, okay? I'm sure anybody who is watching this who is overweight or has been overweight knows what I'm referring to. You feel uncomfortable in your skin. You go to the closet to pick out something to wear and it takes you an hour to get dressed because you can't find anything. You're thinking that you're still the weight that you were, but you're not because you have gained weight. Well, 173 pounds, that was the max for me. That was just too much. And so I got a hold of myself and I said, okay, I need to lose weight. So I did. And the goal for my weight loss was 150 pounds, which is a great weight for me. At 150 pounds, I do look slim and lean, but I'm not too skinny, which is not what I wanted. I still wanted to have that figure, that hourglass figure, but I just didn't want it to be, like a big hourglass. Okay, anyway, you guys. So I started losing weight and the weight was coming off just great. It practically fell off, okay? But what kept happening to me is I kept hitting plateaus. And I had actually started a new kind of training, and that kind of training was supposed to help me burn fat and build muscle at the same time. So what I was doing, I was lifting heavier weights, a lot heavier than I normally would, in addition to my cardio training. Now during that time of year, it was fall going into winter. So I was doing a lot of walking outside. I couldn't ride my bike because it was too brisk, but I was doing a lot of walking outside for my cardio, which I really, really enjoyed. Also, they have a machine at my gym, which is I call it a bouncy elliptical because of my torn meniscus. I had to use that for a while too. So I was doing my cardio. I wasn't doing extreme cardio because I was following advice. And the advice said do 30 minutes of high intensity interval training and then lift heavier. So that's what I was doing. But I kept hitting these plateaus and it was so frustrating. Have you ever been working out so hard and you're doing everything right? You're eating in a calorie deficit, you're lifting your weights, you're doing your cardio, and you just get on a plateau. I got on a couple of plateaus that lasted like a month and I was about to have a fit. So what I did was when I got down to about 156, I was on that plateau for about 4 weeks. I said, Lord have mercy, I can't take it anymore. So I went to my integrative health doctor and she gave me what is called a lipomino injection. So what that is, it's a combination of inositol, choline, methionine, and vitamin B6, and they inject it right at the top of your buttocks. And so what that does is it helps your liver, because the liver metabolizes fat, and if your liver is sluggish and not working right, you will have those kind of weight loss problems. So she gave me the injection, And yes, it did help me with the plateau. And I was able to continue to lose weight the way I wanted to. I got all the way down to my goal of 150 around Christmas time. And I was so excited. I was so happy. I could get in my car and, things weren't too tight. Things were just comfortable. I couldn't believe it. I just sat behind my steering wheel and everything felt great, So I was really happy with that. However, after Christmas time, I gained a couple of pounds, and my weight kept fluctuating between 152 and 153. Now this was making me mad, okay? Because I know that I had not increased my calories that much to gain weight. So let's just talk about calorie counts for a minute, okay? In order to gain a pound of fat, you have to eat 3,500 calories more than what it takes to maintain your weight. So now, my calories that I need right now, I'm just going to put them up there so you can see. And when I want to lose weight, in order to do that, I have to eat 3,500 calories less. We want to say per week in order to lose 1 pound a week, and then 7,000 calories less than what I would need to lose 2 pounds, and then so on and so forth. So I was doing that, okay? I was eating to lose between 1.5 to 2 pounds a week. But do you know I could not lose an ounce? And I got so upset. I talked to my sister because she was my accountability partner. And actually both of us had gotten down to our goal weights just around the same time. And she was saying, it's just water weight, it's just water weight. But those of you out there who are dieting or who have dieted, you don't want to hear anything about any water weight, even if it's true, okay? Because when you get on the scale and the pound indicator goes up, it doesn't make a difference to you whether it's water weight, fat, muscle, whatever, okay? I don't want to see my weight go up with all the hard work I have been doing. So that was bothering me. I'm going to get to a good part in just a minute, but I got to give you the background in order for you to understand exactly where I'm coming from. So I kept bouncing back and forth between 151, 153, it stayed really between 152, 153. Now, some people might say, well, don't go by the scale weight. Why does those 3 pounds bother you? And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm a very goal-oriented person. You can call me goal-centric. And so when I set a goal, it's like I got tunnel vision almost. I must meet that goal. So that's why it bothered me. I'm just a goal-oriented person. So when I set my mind on something, that's where my mind is going, no matter what. So I had my mind set on that, and I said, this is ridiculous. I'm doing everything. I'm in that calorie deficit where I'm supposed to be. I'm lifting my weights. I'm doing my cardio. What is the problem? That's where the castor oil comes in. Now, just a couple of videos ago, I talked about doing a castor oil cleanse and detox, and I did it for a couple of days, and I really, really liked it. And I decided to do that again because it was last month, so I decided to do it again for this month. And I said, well, maybe I'm going to be a little bit more diligent with it and do it instead of just 2 days. I'm going to do it for the whole week. So let me tell you what happened when you asked the question, does castor oil help you lose weight? I'm going to say a resounding yes, it does. So I started taking my castor oil on April 15th. At that time, I weighed 152.2 pounds. I kept taking it. And so with my first dosage, I used this. This is a tablespoon. I took 3.5 tablespoons. That's probably too much for everybody watching. You know, don't put it in the comments because you already said it a million times. That's how much I needed, okay? And I'm doing a cleanse. As we know, castor oil is an anti-inflammatory product. It also will help you relieve water retention, and this I know. So I took the 3.5 tablespoons, I chased it down with water. You have to do that because if you don't, you can become dehydrated. I drink a lot of water every day anyway. So I did that on the first day. Let's see, the second day was the 16th. I kept on going. I took, I believe, 2 tablespoons on that day. The next day, the 17th, I took another 3 tablespoons. My weight was down to 151.2. So I forgot to tell you, each week I have a micro goal and I put it on my calendar. Speaking of being goal oriented, if you have a goal, you have to write it down and you have to write your objective steps toward that goal. So that's what I do on my calendar. I say, okay, I want to lose 1 pound this week, and this is what I'm going to do. The next week, I want to lose 1 pound this week, and so on until the goal is achieved. We're going to talk about some more. We'll talk some more about, meeting goals, setting goals, and meeting goals, because I'm on it when it comes to setting goals and achieving goals. The next day, April 18th, I had met, actually on the 17th, I had met my 1 pound for the week goal, because that's all I thought, I was going to lose. So I was at 151.2, which was 1 pound already. And that was in 4 days using the castor oil. I continued on. By this time, I'm losing track of how many I'm taking. But I'm taking at least 2 tablespoons. And what I found myself doing was getting up like maybe 4 o'clock in the morning and taking my castor oil then, because by the morning, then I could relieve myself. If I took the castor oil earlier, say like 11 or so at night, then I might wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and it would disturb my sleep. So I started taking it around 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's what worked well for me. Now remember, when you take your castor oil internally, you have to take it on an empty stomach. And that doesn't mean it has to be early in the morning like that, because it only takes about 3 or 4 hours for your stomach to actually empty. So that theoretically could be during the afternoon. Do it when it's best for you. When you know that you're going to have a time when that castor oil starts to work. You're going to have time to go to the bathroom, and it's not going to interfere with any other activities that you have going. So I started taking it early in the morning like that, and it started working really well. By April 19th, I had hit 150 pounds, 150.0. And I was like, praise the Lord. Okay, I'm back. I think the last time that I checked myself and I was weighing exactly 150 pounds, I think it was in February. And then it kept going back up to 152, driving me crazy, okay? So now, on April 20th, I tend to weigh myself a couple of times during the day, and it will fluctuate. So today is April 20th, and this morning at 11:25 a.m., I weighed 149.0. I weighed myself again a little bit later at 12:15 p.m., and I was at 148.4. Now, that is just awesome. And it is beyond my wildest dreams and hopes for my castor oil cleanse for this week. I just wanted to get back down to to 150, but 148.4 is awesome too. And I see Diamante has joined the video. You know, I have 3 cats, and most of the time I put them up during the video, but I see I see Diamante wants to join us. Anyway, 148.4 is good for me, because this is what I figure. If I go up, you know, a little bit with water weight, it's still going to be in the acceptable range. So let me tell you something that I figured out as far as retaining water and inflammation and what was happening with me. Now, Mate, look, you have to get down. Okay. You know, when she starts eating things, then she has to go. This is what happened to me. And this is a theory, and I'm actually testing the theory right now. But you tell me if you can relate to this, because this has happened to a lot of people. When I started lifting heavier, I loved it. I saw how easy it was for me to add weight. And, you know, it was no problem for me. And I just added more and more, doing it to fatigue, you know, to get to a weight where I couldn't lift it, you know, or I could only lift it for a certain amount of repetitions. That's what I was doing. Now, when you lift weights, when you strength train, in order for your muscles to grow, there has to be little tiny microscopic tears in the muscle. And so what happens then is your body takes those tears as injuries and starts to send inflammation and water retention to those areas to help heal those areas. So what I was finding is that I was retaining that water because I was lifting heavier. And you know, I told this to my husband, and he said to me, well, I don't know why you would be retaining that much water, because you don't eat that many salty things. And I couldn't figure it out either. But then I kept doing my research, which you guys know I love to do some research. And as I was doing the research on lifting heavier, this is what I found. The micro tears in your muscles will cause inflammation and water retention, because your body is reacting. Your body is saying, oh, something is happening. You know, I have to get it together. I have to heal. And so it's a part of healing, and it's a part of that growth of your lean muscle mass. And that is great, fine, good, and dandy. However, I found that water retention and that, you know, tearing in my muscles and that inflammation, I just don't like it. Okay, so what I have done, I have gone back to lifting lighter weights but more repetitions, and I do those to fatigue. So instead of doing 3 sets, maybe I'll do 5 sets of the lighter weights. And so I'm going to try that for the next however long and just see what happens. According to my theory, I won't be doing as much damage to my muscles. I will still get fit. I will still be firm. I really like lean look. Excuse me. All right, my microphone fell. Okay. I like a long, lean look. I'm not trying to look like a bodybuilder or a bikini or figure model or anything. I just like long and lean. And I do believe that with the kind of weight training I'm continuing to do, it will strengthen me, and so that I can do my activities of daily living, and it also strengthen my bones, and it will give me the look that I want, and it will contribute to my health. So that's what I'm doing. You know, the other thing about when you're lifting heavier, you have delayed onset muscle soreness. It's DOMS. And that too can cause a spike in cortisol in your body, and you will weigh a little bit more. Look at me. I had 5 additional pounds of water weight on me. Now, you know, This is how I know it was water weight, because obviously I am not losing a pound every day like that, okay? I went from 152.2 to 148.4 in 5 days, okay? You know I'm not losing a pound a day. That was water retention, okay? So I am saying that to say this. If you need some help, if you're on a plateau, if you just want to see some difference on that scale, I highly recommend this castor oil. It works. It will clean you out. It will reduce that water retention so that you can be encouraged to continue on in your weight loss journey. And even if it is just water, you will feel so relieved, you know, from having that bloating on you. That's the thing. I felt so relieved. I want you to take a look. I don't know if you can see it, but, you know, take a look at my collarbone. All of this that you can see right now, that was covered up just with water, just because I was bloated and had water retention. You couldn't even see that. So that's what I'm talking about, okay? I don't want stuff covered up that don't need to be covered up. I want to be able to see my bone structure. I want to be able to see everything that I've been working on. I mean, you know, I'm on the pet flies, I'm on the chest press machine, and I'm not fooling around. I don't want to look like I haven't been doing anything. So the castor oil has been very, very helpful with, you know, just showing my definition in my muscles and all over this area. And so I'm so grateful that I continued on with it. A couple of other things. When I took the castor oil this week, I did not fast. I like fasting, but on the other hand, I don't. And the reason why is it invariably disrupts my workout schedule, because it really isn't helpful to not eat when you're going to go work out and lift weights. So, you know, actually when you're doing that, you need to eat a little bit before and a little bit after. And I love having my protein shakes and my protein bars and my fruit and my nuts and everything. So I really don't like to fast unless it's absolutely indicated. So the first time I did this, I did fast, but then I couldn't go work out. So I didn't like that. This time I didn't fast, but what I would do is I would eat less earlier in the day, and then later on I would have my regular meals, which really was just, you know, salad, oranges. What do I like? Pecans, raisins, you know what I'm saying? I'm a plant-based eater. I don't eat that much meat. I don't eat that many processed foods like bread, crackers. I don't even eat that, you know. So my diet is pretty, what some people might call strict. Some people might call it the Daniel diet, but that's my regular diet. I feel good like that. I have energy. My skin looks good, you know. I don't feel, you know, bloated like I ate too much all the time. So that's what I did. I went ahead and had my regular diet with the castor oil that I was taking. So I went down from 152 to 148.4 in just 5 days. I can really recommend this if you need some help with your diet, if you're starting a reduction plan, if you have been on a plateau and you're like so over it, you know, you can do this. And I'm going to tell you, I use this one, the Heritage Store brand castor oil, and I love it. And you know, I've gotten so used to taking this that I don't even have to put it in juice anymore. I just put it in a spoon and drink it on down, okay? But if you don't like the taste that badly, you can have a glass of juice and stir it in there and drink it like that. There's no taste when you do it that way. It just tastes a little oily. But you know, I say we all adults here, okay? So just take that castor oil and go on and get yourself a good cleanse. Now listen, this is what I wanted to share with you today, because I've seen that question. Does castor oil word. So do your research and find out how much castor oil you need to take each day in order to get that cleansing and flushing effect. I would advise you to start out with perhaps 1 tablespoon. This is a tablespoon. The average dose for adults that want to have a laxative effect or a cleansing effect is 1 to 4 tablespoons. And I would think that the heavier you are, you might want to take more. I'm 5'9", and I now weigh 148.4 pounds. So I'm probably, larger than the average woman. So I do take a little bit more, and, it's fine for me. Everybody is different, so you have to do what's right for you. If you are pregnant, do not take castor oil. It's not for you. If you have stomach issues like diverticulitis, do not take castor oil. And in addition, I'm just going to say, if you have any qualms or questions whatsoever about taking castor oil internally, go to your doctor and preferably find an integrative health doctor, because a lot of doctors that are family practitioners, they go with the medical model. They will give you a prescription of some kind of sweet syrupy stuff that'll drive you crazy. It doesn't work and it's nasty, okay? That's the average doctor. They really want to prescribe a pharmaceutical. Castor oil is 100% natural, and so to me that's better than taking another prescribed medication. Before I go, I do want to go over a little bit about weight loss basics. So as I was saying before, there are 3,500 calories in 1 pound of weight. Now, muscle does not weigh more than fat. A pound of muscle weighs the same as a pound of fat. A pound of bricks weighs the same as a pound of feathers, okay? It's all the same. The ones that are heavy like a brick, it's going to be tighter, whereas a pound of feathers or a pound of fat is going to be looser. That's why when we're overweight, we look jiggly like that. But when we're at our right weights, everything is tight, okay? Because our lean muscle mass is doing what it's supposed to do. So there's 3,500 calories in a pound of weight. What you have to do in order to lose weight is you have to eat 3,500 calories less than what you need to maintain your weight in order to lose 1 pound. Now, I'm going to put the calorie calculator.net up here so you can see where to go to. And you can figure out how many calories you need to take in per day in order to meet your weight loss goal. Now, I realize that a lot of people, they don't count calories. They go on a keto diet and one of these other diets, I can't even think of them right now, carnivore diets, this, that, and the other, vegan diets, and they lose weight like that. That's wonderful. As I said, am a very goal-driven person. I like numbers. I like analytics, so that's how I do what I do. And if you're interested in seeing exactly how much you need in order to lose weight for your height, I would definitely advise you to look at that calorie calculator. That will help you. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys today. I am so happy about this water weight loss release. That's what it is, a water weight loss release. I feel so much better, and I do hope that you have gotten some information from what I'm telling you that you can use. Always be careful with what you do. If you have any questions for me, please put them down in the comments section and ask. Ask me, ask your doctor, ask someone else who knows if you have any questions about it. So I've had a wonderful day today. I've been to the gym. I'm just ready. Actually, I'm ready to eat dinner. Because I went to the gym. I had my nice protein shake this morning. I had my protein bar, but I'm really ready to eat my salad and my orange. I can't wait. So you guys, I really thank you for watching this video and for being so engaged over the last few videos that I've been making about the castor oil. I'm going to keep them coming, but I am going to get back to my skincare videos because I know that you like those too. So you guys have a wonderful Saturday evening. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.